Evening, everyone. Welcome to the March 1st meeting of the Southampton Village Planning Board. Uh, We are going to open the meeting. Can I have a motion to open the meeting?
Motion to open the meeting.
Do we have a second?
Second it.
All in favor? Aye.
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 All right, that's unanimous. In case you're watching, I'm the chairman, Roy Stevenson. We have Tony Piazza, Jane Clare, Alan McFarland, and Lisa Cowler are absent. We have our legal advisor, Alice Cooley, and our technical advisor, Kathy Eisman, with us tonight. So Kathy, could share our agenda? We'll get going.
Okay, can you all see that?
I can see that. So we start with a couple of extension requests. BLC Hillside Investments LLC and 122 BLC Hillside Investments 2 LLC is requesting a 90-day extension. And we have discussed this in our work sessions, and the reason for the extensions nowadays tends to be the backlog with the health department. So I think we've decided that we would extend this extension to a year. Is that right, Kathy?
Yeah. It's extended to March of 2022.
Right. Does anyone have any problem with doing that? Tony, Jane?
No, if you want me to make a motion to extend it,
That would be great.
I make a motion to extend the BLC Hillside Investments till March 2022.
I'll accept, second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And Jane?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that extension is granted.
Do we need an official call for these or no?
No, that's fine. We can very clearly hear you guys.
Okay.
The second extension request is Fernandez and 41 Barnhart Street LLC. Again, the applicant requests an extension to March of 2022 for the same reasons. Does anybody have any issues with granting this extension? No. Okay, well, I'll move to extend this application until the March 2020 planning board meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Tony?
Aye.
Jane?
Aye.
I vote aye, so that extension is also approved. Moving into the subdivision segment, we have a decision which has been written regarding the 99 Sanford Place application. Alice, do you want to give us a summary of that decision?
I can bring it up if you want, Alice.
Sure.
It's really the conditions are the big things, Alice, right? To summarize.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I had it open. I don't.
It's on my screen if you can see it.
Oh, wait, I do.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a little small for me. So the conditions of this one, I think we actually discussed at the last meeting.
Right.
So the applicant will need to obtain approval from the health department for the 2-lot subdivision. They need to get a special exception approval from the zoning board of appeals. And that's to have the single family residence within the office district. They need to demonstrate that the drainage in the roadway is adequate to accommodate stormwater runoff. They need to indicate installation of nitrogen reducing sanitary systems. They need details regarding the existing and future payment for and management of shared improvements within the access easement areas, including pavement, curbing, and drainage. They need to submit covenants and restrictions to me for the construction of the modified access drive. And that the improvements on lot 2 related to the existing office building will be removed prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy. And this approval will expire within 1 year unless the board extends it.
And what exactly does that mean? Does that mean they have to get all the work done within a year, or just what do they have to do within a year?
They have to meet all of those conditions within a year.
Okay,
So they have to, get their special exception approval from the zoning board. They need to get their approval from the health department. They don't have to do the physical work on site, but they need to do all the paperwork associated with it.
it would be maybe tough to get all that done by then, but certainly not tough. They should be able to get those ducks in a row and get those conditions approved by that point.
I think so. I mean, that the health department can be tricky, but they could probably get that done within a year. They could get their special exception approval from the zoning board within a year. And then, getting the covenant and, a common driveway easement, those are all things that they can certainly do within a year. And everything else is just demonstrating what they need to do on their plan. So yeah, I think this is all manageable within a year with some wiggle room.
All right, Tony, Jane, any comment on this?
No,
Antoinette, would you like to take the vote?
Sure.
How do we do that, Alice? I forget. Do we make a motion?
Did you move yet? Yeah, you move first.
I'll make a motion to approve the decision as written regarding Sanford Place. Do I have a
I'll
second?
second it.
All right.
I'll second it.
Could you take the vote on that motion?
Sure. Chair, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Piazza, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Mrs. Claire, how do you vote?
Aye.
So that decision is approved. Thank you. In site plan review, we have 7 Powell Avenue, which the applicant wrote a letter to the board today requesting an adjournment owing to the fact that he has recently become aware that adjoining property owned by the MTA does in fact possibly have had granted an easement to his property allowing access. Is there any further information about that, Kathy? As I asked you before the meeting started, whether or not the applicant plans to revise the application or just get that more codified, the easement into.
Yeah, we have, he didn't provide, I'm sorry, Roy, he didn't provide any additional information, so I don't want to speculate.
Okay,
But was the easement for just access? I think it was for parking too, right, Kathy?
So the whole problem that we had was that the improvements that he was showing originally on the plan, he had to access the site through the MTA's property, their right of way, to get to those improvements. It blocked the access that he has. So
Yeah.
So there is a potential, I guess, that he might come back and change the site plan again. But I don't want to speculate in any way, but it certainly makes it easier if he has access across the MTA right of way.
but from what I read, from what he said, which was not very much detail, he didn't talk about now having parking on the MTA, just accessing through the MTA. So some of the questions we had at the work session regarding where the parking's going to go may remain, although it should aid the
We
access
will,
to the
we
parking.
will have some input from the building inspector by the next meeting, I would hope.
Right. Okay, good. Tony, any comment on this adjournment request? Jane?
No, I'm fine adjourning it. I think it's a complicated one.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'll move to grant the applicant's request to adjourn 7 Powell Avenue. I think it was 30 days, Kathy, right?
Yep, for 1 month, yep.
Until the April 1st meeting of the planning board. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was just April 5th, right? Till the April 5th meeting?
April 5th, yes. I don't know, we'll probably discuss it at the work session as well, but I would say that the meeting encompasses the work session, wouldn't it? Yes.
Well, March 29th is fewer than 30 days, so I think we should adjourn it to the April 5th meeting.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Which we did. All right. That's all we got to talk about?
Wow.
So February 1st, if you were all there, you can approve the minutes. If you were all there, I don't remember.
Yeah, we were all here.
Yeah, we were here.
All right.
Or is that the one we canceled? Now I'm confused.
Actually, I was just about to say that, Kathy, that was the one that we did cancel due to the weather.
Yes.
That was because the building department couldn't get the files out.
So there will be no minutes. We should address that for the next
Let's
agenda.
not approve those minutes. We didn't have any.
I had a meeting by myself here.
Feb 22nd hasn't been circulated yet
Right.
for review, so unless there's any further business that anybody wants to add, I will suggest that the public know that the next meeting will be a work session on March 29th at 5 o'clock, again by Zoom. And then the regularly scheduled meeting will be April 5th at 5:30 p.m. by Zoom. If there's nothing further, I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.